gangster in our high school, and you expect to be an angel in elections, when you grow up. That's not going to happen. It won't. Hi everyone, my name is Arine Tuhana and this is the bottom of it. But even before we dive into the video, please leave a like on this video, please subscribe, and please tap on that notifications bell so that every time I post a new video, you are the very first person to know. It's the month of November, finally. Oh my god, it's been amazing. October has been so amazing, and most of all amazing because I was able to start my YouTube channel, and in the month of October it really grew so much. So I really appreciate each and every one of you. Today I'll be talking about the very first article I posted on my blog. I began my blog on the 1st of January, and the very first article I wrote is about change, being the change. And when I posted it, a few days later after posting that article, it was featured in the Emerging African Writers Daily. Yes, and I was very humbled to be, featured on such a huge platform with other, more prominent writers. But let's get right into it. So, Okot Pibitek, one of the legendary, iconic African writers, said this at one point. He did write this. I do have my notebook here. Yeah. Those who know me, I always carry on my notebook. Or if I'm going for anything, because ideas always flow into my mind. So every time I get an opportunity, I just jot it down so that maybe I could use it later on. So this is what Okot Pibitek said. He said, when they fall into things, they eat meat from the chest of bulls, and their wives grow even larger bottoms, and their skin with health. They grow themselves into soft beds, but the hip bones of the voters grow painful, sleeping on the same earth they slept before independence. That was a very powerful these are very powerful words that he wrote right there, and these words generally describe the African leadership I have grown into, the African leadership the African leadership that I have seen since the day I was born. I was born in an Africa where leaders manipulate their powers. I was born in an Africa where people stay overdue in their leadership positions. I was born in an Africa full of corrupt leaders. And because of this, I grew up in an Africa where the youth felt that the only way that their voice can be heard, the only way they can speak, and the leaders of this land here, is through violence, is through rioting, and it's through, making a lot of chaos. Why? Because they thought that this is the only way that they can be listened to, the only way they can vent their anger, they can vent their grievances to the leaders. This has been an ending cycle that has been going on year after year. And when I sat down to look at it, I realized that maybe we are approaching this evil the wrong way. Maybe we are not solving this problem the way we should be solving it. We have been attacking this problem when it's already an overgrown tree with roots rooted, down into the soil. It's really unmovable. And fighting an unmovable tree that is so strong is very chaotic. It might be even dangerous, and maybe this is why we have been approaching it the wrong way. I thought of this and I was like, why can't we fight this unfairness from the seed? And I know everyone is going to be like, Hannah, this is always your solution. Why? Guys, I still feel like solving a solution from the seed is much better, than solving it when it's already a full-fledged tree. And what do I mean by solving the issue, when it's a seed? I'll give you an example. In my high school, we had so many annual elections, and they were very exciting. When you're planning the strategy, your manifesto, your campaign manager, the strategies you're going to use, it's all exciting. And I do remember I did stand for a post in my senior three for information and library prefect. You guys, that preparation I made. The strategy I used actually was more of entertaining the voters, and also having a strong manifesto, and also being very sharp at answering the questions, because those girls are very intelligent. They will ask you a question and you will just keep looking and staring like. So I always had to prepare myself very well, and I really thank God for that, because I think it has helped me a little bit, in my current, career path and all that. So even in all this excitement and elections at school, we still had those certain students who were always standing for the same post, year in, year out. It reached an extent where even people failed to stand against them, even though you have very brilliant ideas, even though you have, a cause for change, people would not stand against these specific individuals, because they have been there year after year, they have been winning year after year. And I think this is where some of the leaders we have in our country come from. The funny thing about it is that these people, these students who used to stand in year out, do all this stuff, were actually always victorious, at the end of it all. So even when they had nothing to offer, they were always victorious. And that also, I think that also, impacts on the kind of leaders we have today. So these stories of corrupt leaders, these stories of, overstaying in power, did not just fall from the sky. It didn't. It did not just come out of the blue and happen. No, it started when we were younger, when we were students, when we were children. All the things we have gone through, all the things that add up together that we have gone through in our lives make who we are. So everyone dreams of changing the future. I have a dream, but nobody actually thinks of changing themselves. As the youth who are burning for a free and fair election, the youth who are burning for, good leaders, leaders that are actually going to work for the people, I think it should start with us. We should start by practicing the right way of standing for leadership, right from when we are children. We should practice the right way, to go through an election period, without being corrupt, without, defaming people, without standing for positions over and over again. It starts with you and I. This is the irony, that always surprises me. As the youth, always expect the higher leadership, to be honest in their elections, not to reach votes, to be, honest and, by the book. Yet, in our own personal lives, as the youth, if they go and check and look back at how we handle elections at our schools, how we handle elections at lower levels of leadership, they would be shocked. So how can you expect someone else, how can you crucify someone else for being corrupt, yet you are corrupt as well? I have failed to understand this, If 80% of the youth decide to fight like this, decide to start from the seed, decide to start with themselves, I'm sure in the years to come, we shall have a different kind of political scene in Africa. And I know some people might think that this is a cowardly way out. That is a slow strategy, and that, you want change right now. You have no time to start all over again. But you need to understand and remember that good things take time. They do. So be the change you want to see in this world. It starts with you and I. Thank you so much for watching. This is all I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments, can this strategy work? Let me know in the comments some of those ironical, situations that actually happen in our country, political, ironical situations that happen in our country. Otherwise, that's all I had for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to comment. Do not forget to tap on that notifications bell. Do not forget to like this video. But thank you so much. See you next week. Bye.